The Lakers roster looks quite different. In fact, it's gone through a complete overhaul. They've added several players, including Anthony Davis, Boogie Cousins, and yesterday, they signed Avery Bradley. But that's not all. Our friend Chris Haynes reports the Lakers intend to start LeBron at point guard next season. All these moves caught the attention of Magic Johnson, who tweeted yesterday, "Laker Nation, I'm dreaming about the fourth quarter Lakers team with LeBron, AD, Danny Green, Avery Bradley, and Kyle Kuzma. That's almost unbeatable." Chris Broussard's still hanging with us.
What?
Chris, do you agree with Magic there?
Look, we're talking about this five, right? The bottom line is when you say almost unbeatable, you're putting them in a historical context. So
yes.
That's overstated. Okay, let's not, we just have to wait and see what they do.
Well, at least he said almost.
Right, give him almost. I do agree, though, with his sentiment that this team is very strong. And again, I'm talking about that five, which I think could be their starting five. And here's what I like about it. LeBron at point. Nobody in this day and age can control the tempo of a game like LeBron James. That's why
I agree.
Right? In 2015, when Kyrie's out, Kevin Love's out, he gave the Cavs a chance because he could control tempo.
Best three games of his whole career.
It was incredible.
It was.
Even in 2018, I'm sorry, 2016, when they won, look at the scores. I mean, Golden State was a high-scoring, up-tempo team. They beat them, what, 92-89 for the last game? Like, because LeBron can slow it down. He's so big and strong, and he can play point, so he can control tempo. I like that with this group because one of the Lakers' strengths is their size. And if they're going against Golden State or Houston or even the Clippers, those teams are going to be faster, more athletic, but if LeBron can slow it down, then Cousins can become a force. Anthony Davis can use his size. Right, so I like that. Then you got Avery Bradley, who still, he's only 28 years old. He's been around a long time. People may feel like he's older, but he's only 28. Tremendous defender. Okay, when he was at his peak, he was right there with Pat Beverly.
He was.
Okay, and so you got him to guard the point guards, and he can also shoot the three. He's a 36% three-point shooter, so he can spread the floor. You got Danny Green, good defender. We know can shoot the three, a winner. And then AD, great defender. So now I've got three great defenders in my lineup. And Kuzma, even though I know he only shot 30% from three last year, 36% as a rookie, he's a good shooter. So I think this lineup is very strong. Skip, I would take this closing lineup over Denver for sure. I would take it over Utah for sure. And against the, like I said, the Clippers, Golden State, Houston, they've got a size advantage. So, and LeBron's going to slow it down and make it a big game. So, look, Magic, let's not make him a historical team, but he wasn't too far off on this.
Are you going to now throw another parade?
No.
You're getting excited again. I can see it in your face.
Now you see why Magic quit.
Well, he wanted to tweet.
Magic wanted to tweet. You can't tweet like this, Skip, when you work for the organization. You got to get outside the organization. So Magic was going outside from a burner account, tweeting that this is good. Now he gets to be Magic Johnson, Skip. Look, no, this is too far, Skip. But now, look, I like Avery Bradley. But what he does provide them is someone that could guard Steph Curry, that could guard Russ before we know Russ was going to get traded, James Harden. So it gives them that great on-ball defender. Danny Green can also guard. I like that. You go JaVale. JaVale can protect the rim. AD can protect the rim. Now you got Avery. Now you got Green. I don't even know if this is going to be the closing lineup. Maybe KCP. I'm a play-as-you-go guy. You play well, you be in there. If you don't play well, sit your butt on the bench over here with me. That's the way it's going to be. But I like it, Skip. I like what they do. Skip, we scramble. You know, in golf, you don't always hit right there. Sometimes you got to scramble. You know, you're hitting the wood, you're hitting the bunker. You know, Skip, you know about scrambling.
Do I?
I know you.
That's all I ever do.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm pretty good at it.
So I like what they've done. I like the lineup. I like the depth that they've added. It's ours to lose.
Yours to lose. Les Shannon Sharpe.
Wow.
Interesting. First comment I would like to make is to my man, Magic Johnson, and I love you, Magic, but you just need to back off and stop it for a while. Just lay off for a little while, because he's desperately trying to get back in the good graces of Laker Nation. We're almost unbeatable.
It's too late.
Wait a second, Magic. You messed up.
Yeah, you come in
He's being blamed, right?
It's too late. It's too late.
You know, you threw them all under your bus, and then you backed over them about 7 times,
Yeah.
and then you wondered why number 2's whole contingent said, "Whoa, what's going on with these people?" You know, like,
Well, imagine what was going
Why
on
is
with
every detail being...
They ask, imagine what was wrong with that? What's going on with the dysfunction? Oh yeah, we had it out, but we good now.
we're good. It's all in the past. Yeah.
Lie.
Brothers
Nah,
and
that's not
sisters.
true. They just made that
Yeah.
up. That's not
Right.
true.
Yeah, Rob and I are brothers. I don't know about that. So I do like all the little moves that got made. And yet, I'm going to remind you, Avery Bradley was still on the market as of about 24 hours ago.
I
Okay,
don't get it, but you're
okay,
right.
but he was. And Danny Green hung on the market for a while, even though everybody's
He's waiting on
waiting.
Lakers.
I know, I got it. I gave him a lot of money, man.
Because Dallas wanted him.
15
Dallas
million?
had an extra year. Yeah. Well, I mean, I would love to get him for 10, but Dallas was going to pay him, so we had to snatch him up from Dallas.
So I'm going to boil this down for you. There are 2 X factors on this roster, and how they turn out will determine the fate of your Lakers this year. And obviously, you have 2 superstars, and it always starts and ends with those 2 guys. How do they finish the game? Can they close? Because you got to have somebody who can close. All these other pieces are nice, but they're all just pieces. They're all in the end, you know how it works.
Yes.
In the playoffs, they're all just a bunch of guys. But there are 2 guys on here that might not just be another guy. And I'm going to start with Kuzma. I was stunned that he wasn't thrown into the Pelican trade because at the trade deadline, he was always included in the Dell Demps package, right? And I was convinced that there was enough desperation that he would be part of the package. But it's also possible that David Griffin, who is a shrewd operator, decided that he would prefer Josh Hart just as another piece coming off the bench, a scrapper, you know, a tough guy who will fight you.
Good
scratch
defender.
with, very good defender. Yeah, and he's about 6'5", so he can play the wing. But maybe he wasn't interested in Kyle Kuzma because, to your point, the drop-off from rookie to sophomore year was pretty precipitous from the three-point line. Now, do I think that's his fate in the NBA? I do not. But he is a greenest light shooter, man. He's got no conscience. And maybe David Griffin said, I don't know about that guy because he has not shown me that he will defend yet. Right. I don't know. He can push LeBron into defending. But I'm not sure about him. But he does have guts to me. So is he going to emerge? He's going to go north or south this year.
Yes.
Could he emerge into what I call a half star, like an almost star? Because you need him to be that guy. Can he become your 3rd star? Maybe he's got that. He's certainly got the makeup for it. He believes in himself.
Yes.
The way nobody else does of those kids. Man, he was the one who just said, give me the ball and get out of my way. I'm going to shoot it.
And he seemed to be the guy that was least affected by the trade. All the trade rumors
seemed
swirling
like
around.
he just bought right back
He's
in
like,
and said, I'm here, I'm good.
here.
Right.
Okay, I buy all that. The other guy is DeMarcus Cousins. He is an even bigger X factor because, as we keep saying, he's averaged 21 and 11 for his career. Can he turn back into a star? Because for a while he was, I would call him a star. He made 5 All-Star teams, right? But last year he's having a hard time just getting up and down the floor. We saw flashes of brilliance in the finals. We saw 3 games in which he flashed the old DeMarcus. Can you do that regularly for this team? Because he could emerge as a force. Now you got me. You got something. So those 2 guys are going to determine the fate. All the other guys are just nice players, but they don't add up to championship to me. But these 2 guys could break back out.
I think what you didn't mention with those 2 guys, and I agree, they're critical. If one of them's not going to start, we assume, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't know that. I mean,
so you'd start AD, LeBron, Cousins,
Kuzma,
and Danny Green. Right? The thing is, who would guard because you don't want LeBron having to guard the point guard.
Okay, but didn't Anthony sort of prefer to play that sort of 4 role? You know, like
he does prefer it, but in today's NBA, it's so small. Like I get, he does prefer playing the 4. My point is, if one of them doesn't start, it looks to me like one won't start. How do they handle it?
I don't know.
I mean, Boogie, I never thought Golden State should have started him. I thought he would have been better coming off the bench.
And I think they thought that he wouldn't.
He wouldn't like it, right? So that's my question with the Lakers and Kuzma, who I think rightly could feel like I'm the 3rd guy. You know, if he doesn't start, is he happy or is he defending? Is he all bought in? So I think those are some of the questions, too.
Trying to get that tip. We're trying to get that chip. So, with that being said, we're going to do what we need to do. Kuz, if you need to come off the bench, come off the bench. Boogie, we just need Boogie to get back to Boogie. He might not give us 21 and 10, but can he give us 15 and 8 consistently? We good. Because LeBron will give us 25, 10, and 8.
Will he ever be back to that guy in Sacramento?
No,
that guy.
I don't know if he get back there, Skip.
Because that guy...
Skip, that guy was 26 and 12.
But here's the thing with that guy. They never won.
And they didn't have this around him. So you could be that.
He's not going to get those numbers.
You know, one reason they didn't win, he just has little to no interest in playing defense. And I've talked to several coaches who've even been in here who have said, man, just get him in the pick and roll, and he's just lost.
Yeah.
And that's the question with him. Because even if he's scoring, if he's giving it up on the other end, especially
he's slow
if
of
he's
foot,
threes.
and then he tears his Achilles and he ruptures his quad. You even slower than you were at your peak when you were healthy. So, yeah, it's going to be tough. But we got AD and we got JaVale to erase any mistakes that we might make.
All right.
And we loaded. And we can play them D2 now, Skip. Don't sleep on JaVale rim protected. AD, Bradley,
I will
Green.
give you, look, if this was, 10 years ago, 7 maybe, before the three-point shot became so prolific, they would pretty much be a lock. The Lakers. Because the game, you know what I mean? With post play and all that, it would be, you wouldn't be able to stop them, but the threes changed everything.
Okay. So who are your 3 shooters? Jared Dudley, Danny Green,
Avery Bradley,
KCP,
Troy Daniels.
A little bit.
Yeah, we got enough to keep you honest.
Kuzma, that's what they get. Do they have, I don't know if they have a knockdown. I mean, Danny was 45% last year.
We got enough to keep you honest.
Danny will come and he will go.
That's
Trust
okay.
me.
I think most of their guys are like that. I will give you that. Like, they don't have that one.
That's why they on one-year deals.
Right.
There's a reason why they on one-year deals, man, because they come and go. And it just so happens if they don't come this year, they're going to be gone next year.
Well, boy, this looks a lot different than roster Magic put together, right? All those playmakers.
It does. Great stuff, gentlemen. Chris, we appreciate you being here with us. Still to come today, Kawhi, did he make the right move to the Clippers? Steven Jackson
here
Oh,
we
with
go.
us with his take. Up next when Undisputed returns.